So you hear a lot that you could give $15,000 a year to somebody tax free. I hear this kind of language all over the place on the internet these days. And I think what people are referring to is the annual gift exclusion, um, which is the amount that you can give to any one person in that tax year without tax consequence. Usually, when you make a gift to somebody, and there is tax that's due, that tax is paid for by the person making the gift, not the person receiving the gift. In the year 2023, that amount is $17,000. So you can give any one person a $17,000 gift tax free uh, during the year. And that's great. The United States likes to encourage gifting. You could give 10 people $17,000. You can give family members, you can give total strangers, you could give the whole world $17,000 without a tax consequence to you. Um, Now, when you cross over that threshold, the gift maker has to file a 709 gift tax return in the United States if they are a United States taxpayer. And what that does is it accounts for how much of the gift was made. So in the event that the $30,000 gift was made by an individual to another individual, there's $13,000 of it that's not protected by the exemption. So that $13,000 has to be accounted for because over your lifetime, you only have a $12.92 million exemption amount for gifts. That exemption amount is actually for gifts, estate tax, and generation skipping transfer tax. So everything is bundled into one big bucket that you have and you can use during your lifetime. So that $13,000 comes off that top. So if you were to do that same thing and give it to 100 people, you now have $1.3 million that has to come off the top of your $12.9 million exemption amount. So that's why people like to use the exemption amount in certain kind of gifting strategies. I've seen it with life insurance trusts used to pay the annual premium. You see it with gifting interests in businesses, LLCs, corporate shares, family limited partnership interests. In order to ascertain what's $17,000 worth of it, you have to get a certified appraisal from a recognized appraisal professional, and all of that's set out in the IRS code as to what's a verifiable and certified appraiser. Those standards are set out. So it's really important that you understand that. I wouldn't willy-nilly try to start gifting things away because you think that you're going to be able to write that off your income tax, because it has nothing to do with income tax. It's a huge misunderstanding. It has to do with your annual gift tax exclusion. And then, so like I said, the United States likes to encourage people to give gifts, but once you start giving larger gifts, then you have to account for them. So it's important that you have that documentation if you do make big gifts, and you pay the taxes on them, and it's accounted for. This is really common when you hear about people wanting to give their houses to their kids. Well, you're not giving them cash, but you're giving them an asset, and that asset has a value. So how do you account for it? So before you give anything to anyone of any value, if it's more than $17,000 in 2023 or your annual gift exclusion for any year in the future, talk to your tax professional, talk to your CPA, talk to your tax attorney, talk to your estate planning attorney, because if you start making gifts, you can't really take them back. Most people won't give gifts back. So it's just important that you have that as part of your planning, and you understand when somebody's talking about the annual gift tax exclusion, it applies to your overall gifting ability, not your income tax. It's not a write-off. It won't save you money. I hope that gives you some clarity. We'll talk soon.